Hello, my wonderful spirit guides, and I am back with another reaction to Lana Del Rey. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? And this song is song 13 and it's called Margaret feat. Bleachers. Oh, okay, interesting. If you'd like to join my Patreon, follow me on Instagram, join a Discord, all those sorts of things, that'll be in the description below. Please do consider it because all of them really help me out, and definitely do like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Anyway, let's get on with it. Margaret. Who's Margaret? I guess I'm going to find out. Let's go. Thought it wasn't making any sound then, but it's just slowly creeping in. Ah, yeah, volume's really coming up now.
This is a simple song, gonna write it for a friend.
Okay.
He met Margaret on a rooftop. She was wearing white, and he was like, I might be in trouble. He asked, like, should I jump off this building now or do it on the double? Baby, if your love is in trouble.
Oh, and Jack Antonoff singing.
Baby, if you're you know.
Interesting.
It kinda makes me laugh, running down that path when you're good at school.
What's all my friends?
Jack.
They're red flags, they're white knights, they're black eyes, and they're blue eyes.
Oh, nice voice.
How do you know? And that's your answer. The answer is no. No way that your head is on fire.
I like that.
'Cause baby, if your love is in trouble, when you know, you know. When you know.
Kind of NFR guitar sound there, like the wailing.
You own, like Hollywood and me. The soul that you bring to the table, one that makes me.
She sang well high there, in a minor key as it drops down into like minor key.
When you know, you know. So if you don't know, don't give up. You never know what the new day might bring.
Oh, how cute!
Maybe tomorrow you'll know. Like Hollywood.
That sound very NFR. It sounds so minor there. Wow, this one's actually pretty genius. Have people been sleeping on this song? I love how she says the party's December 18th and there's little parts of this that do have a slight Christmas feel. Like sleigh bells almost. Oh, I could have heard a bit more of that little outro, you know, it could have got bigger and bigger and bigger, but this is nice too. Nice, okay. I actually thought that was a really, really sweet song. So I guess Bleachers is Jack Antonoff's band, because I think I heard that before. I don't know a lot about that band, if I'm honest. I know obviously Jack Antonoff does a lot of producing and stuff for lots of people now, but like, I didn't know a lot about that, but whew. That was really nice. Another one that actually felt mainly positive, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to read the about section here because I do want to know who Margaret is. It says here, delightfully rom-com-esque Margaret. How funny, I literally in the last song mentioned like rom-coms. I said like a romantic comedy. Did I say that? You know, she knocks on his door and she's like, got this overcoat on, and it's like that kind of rom-com movie when they've got like the, you know, no clothes on underneath, you know. I feel like I did. Yeah, so that's interesting. That this song is kind of being called that. Oh my god. It really was though. 2 songs in a row that kind of had that feel, and this one has literally been called that by Jack Antonoff himself. I don't know. That's just cool. Right, delightfully rom-com-esque Margaret. We learned that the one is not a myth. It was written for Antonoff's fiancée Margaret Qualley as the kind of song that could hypothetically be played at their wedding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what did I just say about the last song when it had that kind of wedding almost feel to it as well? You can imagine like all the like fairy lights, like the twinkly lights above as like 2 lovers dancing on like a wooden deck sort of thing. It reminded me of, you know, I don't know if you watched my reaction to that, but I literally said, like, before I went into lyrics and so on, I think it was before I went into lyrics, but I said, like, the sound had like this feeling that it could be played at a wedding. It's like, it's really sweet, and I was saying about it being rom-com-ish, and then I literally played a song, looked down on the about section, and it mentions weddings and rom-coms, and it's a completely different song, so what the hell? How weird. I mean, I guess it's intentional, but it's still, I don't know, I'm just shocked. But anyway, let's get into the lyrics. I don't think it'll take too long, because it was pretty simple in some ways. It felt more like a storytelling with conversations, those, you know, duologues and like stuff like that. So that was interesting. Right, so this is a simple song, gonna write it for a friend. You know, she even says it, yeah, forget, like the first line is literally, it's pretty simple, nothing too crazy, but it's for a friend of mine. My shirt is inside out, I'm messy with the pen, you know. It's not something that she's like deeply thinking about. This is something that's coming from like a pure like love moment, a real feeling moment where she's just like maybe woken up or just had the inspiration to be like, oh, I just want to write this about my friend out of love. He met Margaret on a rooftop, so she's obviously talking about Jack. She was wearing white and he was like, I might be in trouble. So obviously as soon as he sees her, he's like, oh, I'm in trouble here, because this one, I you know, she's gonna be trouble. It's like a really cute, I guess, rom-com sort of thing as well. He had flashes of the good in life. He was like, should I jump on this building now or do it on the double? Maybe like he was with someone before, maybe he'd already been married or been with someone, and he's like, I've already had like, you know, a good life. I've done marriage, I've done all of that. Do I just jump off this building and say I've done it, or do I do it on the double? Do I fall in love again? You know what I mean? Is he saying, do I fall in love again? Because he sees this woman and it's love at first sight.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that Margaret Qualley is actually the actress that acts in a show called The Maid on Netflix, and I watched all of that, and it was such a good show, super emotional, and she was a great actor. So yeah, I didn't know that that's who Jack Antonoff was with, but that's so cool to find out now.
There's when I click it, there's a whole long thing here about it all, but I'm not going to go into it. Of course, you can go to Genius and look yourself. So yeah, that's cool. And then she says, because baby, if your love is in trouble, baby, if your love is in trouble, baby, if your love is in trouble, when you know, you know, when you know, you know. What's that got to do with it? Being in trouble, like your love being in trouble? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out more as I go on. But when you know, you know, when you know, you know. She already said that in the song Paris, Texas, I think. When you know, you know. When you're right, even when you're wrong, all those things. When you say when you know, it's like, oh, how did you know she was the one? When you know. You just know. It's that kind of saying. Then it says, it kind of makes me laugh running down that path. When you're good, it's gold. Because when you know, you know. Yeah, like running down the path of love, maybe. Running down that, like, you know, instead of being cautiously tiptoeing into it, it's like running through it, like, oh my gosh, because I just knew this was the love of my life. I just knew. And when you're good, it's gold. You know, when you're good together, then it's gold. Like it's solid, it's beautiful, it's nothing can go wrong with it. It's valuable and all those things. It also reminds you of Lady Gaga. Good as gold. Good as, yeah. Came down the mountain, carrying out a love affair. A little rough knowing that I'm wearing steel. I can't remember the words, but yeah. But also, of course, the kintsugi reference with all the gold. Yes, I forgot about that. Okay, see, I'm glad I looked at the genius bit there because it reminded me. That was nice. Words aren't my friends, Jack Antonoff sings, but they're red flags. They're white knights. They're black eyes and they're blue lies. Oh, interesting. He's basically saying, like, words, you know, don't normally sing or write lyrics because they're not really, you know, I'm not great with words. You know, they can be red flags. So like, oh God, they can look a bit like, yeah, I don't want to date him. Or they're white knights, and obviously not many women want to like a white knight either. Like maybe they're too overly nice guy-ish. but they're black eyes and they're blue lies. That's interesting too, like black eyes, maybe because he's saying like, I could say something that could get me in trouble and get a black eye, or it could be a blue lies, like maybe I could make someone sad with what I say. You know, it's all, that's actually really, really, really poetically beautiful. This is how I interpret it anyway. If you're asking yourself, how do you know? Then the answer is no. It's like, if you're asking yourself, like, how do you know this is love? Then you're not in love, you know, like, no, you're not. You don't have to ask yourself when you're really in love. You just know. When you know, you know. You gotta run, run, run like your head's on fire. Run away like your head is on fire. That's interesting. It's like, do you run into it or run away, you know? It's like, oh, is that still that fear of like nerves and feeling like scared, I don't know, of the love. Because baby, if your love is in trouble, baby, if your love is in trouble, that whole bit again, when you know, you know, yeah, that love in trouble is still getting me. I still can't quite understand it. And sometimes when you guys write a comment that kind of like says it perfectly, I'm like, how did I not think of that? But I guess that's what these videos do for some of you though as well. Sometimes you're like, oh, how did I not think of that? We can all bounce off each other, can't we? And learn more. And when you're old like Hollywood and me. Oh, so like when you're old, like Hollywood and me, like maybe because old Hollywood and maybe she or Jack are both saying they're like, or Jack saying he's old, I don't know who, or they're both saying they're old, just saying one and the same, Hollywood's old, they're old. Then a diamond on your ring, the soul that you bring to the table. It's funny as well because when they said the soul that you bring to the table, I heard salt and then I had to look and it said soul and I was like, I wonder if that was intentional. You know, soul instead of salt. I don't know. Yeah, and then obviously the soul that you bring to the table, an old soul, so that's nice. The one that makes me sing in a minor key, and then I think it was sang in a minor key. I mean, yeah, it was. You could feel it, couldn't you? It's cool as well. And because when you know, you know, you know, you know. And I feel like in some ways they're talking about their friendship as well here. So if you don't know, don't give up, because you never know what a new day might bring. And she says that in that kind of, it's like a 50s feeling, isn't it? So if you don't know, don't give up, because you never know what the new day might bring. Obviously, that's not her voice, but you know what I mean? That kind of feeling, yeah, I don't know. Because if you give up now, then it's silly, because maybe tomorrow you will know. You might not know right now, but tomorrow you might know. And then, by the way, the party's in December 18th. I wonder what that means. Okay, it's referencing the upcoming marriage of Jack Antonoff and Margaret. Okay, I thought it had to be something quite personal and specific. Interesting. Yeah, really cute, because when you know, you know, when you're old, like a Hollywood and me, the diamond on your ring, the soul that you bring to the table, the one that makes me sing in a minor key, because there she's saying, I feel like she's saying to Jack, like, the old soul you bring to the table, the one that makes me sing, you know, it makes me sing in a minor key, but not in like a sad way, because minor keys are very, the minor, you know, notes are very much in most songs for like adding emotion and so on. It doesn't always have to be sad though. It's just emotional and relaxed too. So yeah. Very cute song. That one really was cute, like sweet. Like there wasn't anything bad about it. There was no hidden like darkness anywhere. So that was really nice. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And then the next one I'll be reacting to is Fishtail. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.